Alright. Now, in my defense, I did say around 10 o'clock. Also, in my defense, I was sent out on an errand. So that was outside of my. But I am now back. Oh, if. Gotta change the head out on this. But yeah, you'll have to bear with the setup. It's outside under a sun umbrella because it is raining. So it's a really dodgy setup. Very much suboptimal. But there's not really an awful lot I can do to make it any better, fortunately. Did I put the one head that I actually need in a different thing? Oh no, it's here. I'm just blind. Everything's fine. Nobody panic. Right. Or keep standing on the umbrella. Yeah, this is a setup is not fun. But you'll have to bear with me. Trying to get a light out here and again fit everything in under a sun umbrella is a bit ridiculous. So I will be doing my best to have everything be in view and on cam, but there's every chance that that's just not going to be super feasible, because I've also got the camera up as high as I can get it. But yeah, basically it's probably going to suck a little bit, if I'm honest. And I wanted to get a fan going so I can direct the dust, but I don't have enough plug sockets, because I had to get an extra light out here, because without it, I want to try and prove the point. Come here. Without it, it's just darkness. So, I am trying. There is an attempt. But it's going to be really awkward. So, just bear with me. Right. I'm also in that funky jumpsuit thing to try and keep some of the dust off me. How successful that's going to be, I honestly have no idea. But I'll try. I hope that the noise gate is effective. Yeah, it seems to be. Not bad. I also want to clarify, in case you can't tell, I am in a respirator. I'm outside, but I'm in a respirator. I'm dealing with exactly none of that. Thank you very much. Cool. I'll do the same thing I did last time. Take off the worst of it with a cutting disc, and then sand down the rest of it. So, yeah, should work out. Should work out a-fine. But it's very much going to be one of those talk amongst yourselves sort of streams, because, you know, noise gate. I caught the noise gate failing a few times on that. So I think what I'm going to do is whenever I start this up again, I'm just going to mute my mic. Apparently it was working fine last time. What I was told by chat. But I'm seeing stuff get through, so I'm just gonna mute it. It's gonna be better than not. Alright. Hello. You'll have to bear with me. I'm muting the mic every time I start the Dremel up, and I'm also in rubber gloves, so trackpad, laptop, not the best. So, how's it going? What's up? Talk amongst yourself for a bit. I'm gonna remute while I finish this, and then I'm gonna probably maybe talk some more. So just talk at me for a while. You're used to that. I mean that in a loving way, obviously. Right, I dealt with the worst of it. I can take the gloves off. Oh, smooth. Yeah, no, so I wasn't talking for a bit, but now I am, or I should be. We double check OBS. Yes, I am. Cool. Right. Yeah, now I am. Hello again. Yeah. Yeah, that one. Pretty much that one. My hands are so sweaty. Actually, quite warm outside, but I wasn't about to get dust all up in the garage if I could help it. So, you know, how was your going back to sleep thing? How did that play out? unusually warm. It's cold last night. I was trying to think, was I? But aircon, so kind of cheesing it. But no, yesterday evening I was reasonably warm, free aircon. I don't know why I'm bothering dusting any of this off. It's about to get a lot worse. Woke up again around 9:30. Okay. Not around the time I would have been walking back from the dentist, and then I got texted with an errand to run, so I did that. So I was here like half an hour later than I'd intended to be. But considering it was only by half an hour, I don't think that's too bad. Knowing that my timing is pretty terrible at a baseline, I'd say it's kind of whatever. How has the dentist still got all your teeth? Yeah, actually. Yes, I do. It was just a hygienist, a routine jobby. He said, yep, everything looks great. I'll just polish your teeth and you can be on your way. Sweet. Thank you kindly. So that was easy. Rather. Now, I'm going to have to pop out for this sucker. Now I've taken the worst of it off. I've got to tidy it up. All these bits in here need to be pushed all the way back. So this will take me a while. Looks loads better. Cheers. Definitely do. But the view that I've got with the webcam out here is not great, because my setup capacity is fairly limited. I do intend to invest in, like, you know, when you go to like school fairs, they've got those crummy white gazebo things. Yeah, I am outside. Literally, I'm outside. I don't want to get dust all up in the garage. Yeah, I wanna get like a crummy little gazebo thing that I can use as a dust tent, because I'm literally under like a sun parasol at the minute because it's been raining. So it's, you know, a little bit annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that thing again where I mute my mic because the noise gate isn't as effective as I thought it would be. So talk at me again for a bit, and then I will eventually talk back. Something doesn't sound right. I'm gonna see if there's a problem. Not a single leaf moving on any tree outside. I know, it's super irritating. Like, I came out here because it was raining, and I thought, okay, good, dust can be settled. The rain, everything's coming up Millhouse, but no. No, the wind stops, the rain stops. E-consultation with your GP, yeah, appointment tomorrow. Ah, okay, interesting. Did they, I mean, I don't know much about this stuff. Is there something you're expecting it to be? Like, what's the dealio? Hang on, bear with. Mod's got trigger happy. Let me see whether I'm able to fix that. Probably just said too many things in a oneer, and that's why it freaked out. Let me click the thing and fix it, damn it. That's a lot of seconds. Epic. I literally have no idea how to fix this. You might just have to try again when it lets you. Show me the thing, damn it. Why can I not view mod stuff? So irritating. Yeah, I would love to untime you out right now, but it's literally not giving me the option to click it. So that's another thing I'm going to have to Google at some point, because I've been able to fix that this whole time on laptop. But I don't know why it isn't giving me the option right now. That's grand. So, awesome. Love that for us. Yeah, I'd say just bear with it until it stops timing you out. But, and then just try and retell your story, I guess. I can only apologize for the bot being overzealous, let's say. So just talk at me again when you're able to. saw my phone flash, so I'm assuming that's you telling me something's gone horribly wrong. Oh no, it's not. Okay. It's another friend of mine. Oh, okay. That's fine. That is completely fine. Cool. Well, I'll take advantage of that and mute myself again. Yeah, I think that is why you just got timed out. I'm fairly confident that that is a thing. I will have to change the settings on that because that's happened quite a few times now. Fairly annoying. I've got no idea what I've currently got it set to as the limit. Yes. Who ever would have guessed? You of all people. Surely not. But you're the quiet one in your friendship group. Scares me. Scares me more than most things. Basically saying, party in Bristol Saturday, panicking about going, GP, anxious over silly things. Yeah, fair. That is entirely fair. I still get like a diet version of that, but I I am able to force myself to do things and it's not really that bad. So I'm whatever. Like I still get it, but it's not nearly as bad as I used to get it. So it bothers me not. Yes. No, it definitely is. Anything you can sort before you dip, you ought, for sure. Yeah, exactly. It always ends up that way. And it's one of those things that's like, doesn't matter how many times you tell yourself, like, yes, you feel this way currently, but it will be fine. You will have a good time. It always rocks up anyway. So, it's definitely irritating. I'm gonna mute myself again, so go back to yapping. Just not too much in one message, apparently. Right, let's see what I missed. Okay, you did in fact yap. Let's see. Right. I'm having a scroll here, so bear with me. Hmm. Like there's a thing called Guardian Bells, which is meant to protect them on the road and stuff. Right. You can get one for Angus, but I don't know if that'd be weird. I was going to ask about what your dealio is with you and him. If we wait for his birthday, that's December. Speaking of presents, I still can't remember what that thing was I saw and thought of you. I remember that. I mean, I don't because it didn't exist, but I remember the conversation. Hasn't missed me back in 24 hours. Bruh, 24 hours. Don't make me send you another GIF. Yeah, don't double message. That's dumb. How long I should wait before I can message again? You're overthinking it. Also order some new archery stuff. Epic and cool. Custom name and number wraps. Yo, epic. Yes, this is exactly why I don't want to do this indoors. Because it will be ridiculous. I mean, it's already ridiculous, but it would be even more ridiculous. I'm also in a really sexy disposable jumpsuit thing, so feeling pretty fashionable. And I know I don't have the sleeves rolled down, but it's because I'm hot. But the rest of it is zipped up, so yeah, it is hella dusty. I will be vacuuming as much of it as I can when I'm done. Which, in my defense, I nearly am. Still got to do some bits by hand, because I'll get the worst of it done. I don't want to then leave chunks in anything. So I will do some bits by hand as well. So yeah, that is that. Yes, you and Angus. Yes, this is basically a relationship. Semantics, man. This is just semantics. Like, as far as you're concerned, I'd say treat it like a relationship, but be chill about it. So, you know, and 24 hours is dumb. You are a fool for thinking that that's a problem. Like, how many times do you message me with stuff and I just don't respond? Does it mean that we're not friends? No, it means that I'm doing stuff. Literally all it is. Don't deep it. Right, I'll mute myself again. So continue the yap first. I will get to it. Alright, back in the room. Let's see what I've missed. Okay, not as much as last time. Anxiety tells me hate see. Yeah, yeah, look, we know how that goes, so write that off immediately. Did not hear what your response was about the bell thing. I think it's fine. I think you're deeping it. I think it's not an issue to go up to someone and say, hey, I found this thing. I think it would be useful to you. I think that's a perfectly reasonable thing. And really cool with the Kraken on it. That is cool. Yeah, exactly. So why are you deep in it now? Um, just do it. I'm of an us thing. Still cool keyring, yeah. You don't want to talk about it, that's chill, but when you're in your relationship, was it common for you to not talk every day? Um, so it's a bit of a weird one, because I have changed a lot since I was with my ex. And I used to be really, really, like, like you are, panicky if I didn't get a response in a day. But he'd always come back like, sorry, I was just busy. And that is the full extent. It's always just busy. So you're definitely deep in it. It's completely normal, especially for guys. For guys to just not get back to you is extremely normal. I'm definitely deep in it. Wow, it's almost like we're the same person. Yo, right. In my defense, I am no longer like that. And I put it down to the testosterone. Well, testosterone and a little bit of life experience, I guess. I'm uh, I'm the same, but I'm different. You know, like I'm definitely more mellow than I used to be, pretty substantially, which should terrify you, frankly. Yeah, like dating always makes things like, oh no, now it's scary. Why? Why? Because you're still the same people and you still have the same interactions. You just put a name on it and now suddenly it's different. No, no, it isn't. No different. Sure. No, that's another thing that I found particularly like after after uni being the way that it was and everything unfolding that did, I kind of had this weird reset happen wherein I completely changed my mindset to the point that it was like I used to plan for everything, right? Plan for everything. I'd have a contingency on top of a contingency. And then after uni and trying to account for various and it having literally driven me mental, something just flipped in my head. And now, like, I just don't deep stuff to the same extent. And my mantra really is I will deal with it when I get there. So not much really bothers me at this point. Not really, because it's one of those like, okay, cool. This is a thing that could be the case, but it's not happening right now, so I don't care. Can't put in the time or money for a relationship at the moment. That's fair, but also you'd be surprised. Because a relationship is exactly that, right? It doesn't need to have a time value or a monetary value. If you care for another human being, you can continue to care about them. Shocker, right? It doesn't have to be the kind of cookie cutter expectation that people tend to make it out to be. Like, your feelings aren't gonna be different because you're further away. Not necessarily. If you enjoy each other's company, you will probably continue to enjoy each other's company. Can't remember if I told you, but Mum said she thinks that from January her medical insurance will cover ASD and ADHD assessments. Yo, okay. It would be incredibly handy. Because if you go private, they're not cheap. And the waiting lists mean you either go private or you do nothing, to be honest. Those are kind of the only options that exist. You literally get 2 assessments for 100 quid. That's insane. Good God. But everything's covered in dust. I want to try and clear some of it up because it is obscene. This is on a bin liner, so I'll try and use a dustpan on it. Let me go and attempt to retrieve the dustpan. I closed the garage up so that none of the dust got in here. Now I have to try and worm my way in. On the plus side, it looks to have been pretty effective. Nothing seems horrendously coated in dust. What I was really going for. One fee covers everything for the year. Okay. So let's go back to Andrew Cherish's guide. Wow. Alright. Yeah, that's fairly nuts. I'd say that's kind of a no-brainer. I've got to make sure I unplug the correct thing. Yes. If I unplug the charger for the laptop, that's it. Game over, man. Game over. Yeah, that's nuts. I would take full advantage of that in your position. So that's after January, okay. So you'll go uni for a bit, and then sometime post-January, go contend with that whole bit. Also got my mentoring DSA support sorted. Oh, wow, okay. Right. That is also huge. Good stuff. occurs to me, I've got no idea what I'm going to do with this dustpan full of muck. Kind of don't want to end up spreading it everywhere. But I'm also not done sanding things. Not really. I'm mostly done. But not quite really hand sanding from here. I think, for the most part. Unless there's anything that sticks out to me the more I look at it. It might. I'm not going to rule it out. Almost as if I have an anxiety meltdown and everything slots into place. Yeah, right. The dust in the bin. So here's the issue, right? I don't want to take a pan full of dust into the house. I also can't be bothered to re-wrangle my way into the garage to put it in the bin liner I've got in there. So I'm just going to leave it on the floor and hope I don't kick it. Because I'm going to need it later anyway. Bring the bin outside. It's literally just a bin liner that's like tied to one of the shelves in the garage. And it's currently filled with chemical waste. So I don't want to faff with it if I can avoid it. You're going to kick it. I probably am. But I'm going to try not to. And I think that's good enough. I want to use the stick. Get in there best with the stick. Bring the kitchen one out. Look. All I'm hearing right now are a lot of solutions. And I'm not interested. Okay? I'd rather make my life delightfully difficult. Fine, I'm hoping that actually I don't have a lot of hand sanding to do. Not really. Looks pretty decent. So it's definitely hard to tell with the amount of dust that's still on it. I'll have to figure that out. Realistically, that's pretty okay. Not super phased by how the edges look on the inside. It will just have to sit properly. And be vaguely presentable. And that's actually not taken me that long. A couple hours. Which is about what I'd planned to spend on this anyway. That's not too bad. But time sure flies when you're in the thick of it. I always assume I'll be able to get more done in a day than I actually can. And I feel like that's something that I'm just going to have to live with. I don't think my perception of time will ever be any better. So, it is what it is. As the old motto goes. Actually, that was before your time, never mind. That was back when Greece was my 50s. It is what it is. Those were the days. Those were blissful days. Technically, though, when things had just started going wrong, but comparatively, all of time blind, this is super real. 5 minutes and it's been hours. Yeah, literally, right? And the time it's hours and it's been minutes. Yeah. Honestly, it is absurd. But then I think it doesn't help that, like, I'm on a different system to most people when it comes to time in the day. But I don't account for that. So, like, I'll look at the time now and be like, oh, okay, it's 12:30, so it's around lunchtime. And then I've still got a few hours this afternoon for bits and pieces. But that's normal person perspective. Whereas I've been awake since 10 to 1 in the morning. So actually, I should probably be spending those few hours in the afternoon spacing out into oblivion before going to bed. But I always think of it like, oh no, I've still got the afternoon to do stuff. Probably not though. Probably not though. 2019 hours on Sims the last time you played. Good God. I think how many games I have that are like 1,000 hours plus. I'm ashamed to admit Dead by Daylight is definitely up there. In fact, it may even be the top spot, which is harrowing. But that's only because I was playing Skyrim originally on Xbox. If you counted my console hours on Skyrim plus my Steam hours, then it would be Skyrim. And that feels a lot better than Dead by Daylight. Minecraft is almost definitely worse, but yeah, you can't track it, so it's fine. Yep. Agreed. Well, I'd have to think about that one. I'm not sure how many hours I've spent on Minecraft. Because it will be a fair few. Definitely. Particularly recently. That's because a mate started up a new server with some mods on it, and I'm enjoying exploring stuff. Then he set up a way for him to, like, kind of like remote hosting, but basically just means that I can access it whenever I want and I can boot it myself. That's been dangerous. By the hours played Sim, by the years you've had it, works out like 4 hours a week. Bruh, that's a why are you mapping that, huh? I wouldn't want to know. I would not want to know how many hours in relation to my entire existence that would work out. That's one of those. No, you can keep that tidbit. I'm happy to not have it. There's a whole heap of thanks, but no thanks. Frankly. Not doing anything else right now, literally just sitting on my bed. Well then, play Sims. I don't know. Fine. I'm mostly done with this anyway, to be honest. I'm pretty cool with it as it stands. I just have to go and take a damp cloth to it to try and get all the dust off. But as it goes, be okay with that. Seems pretty cool. I'll test and see if it fits properly. That's kind of it, really. Nothing new Minecraft world that's really cool. There's your trades unlocked. XP farm, nice. See, one of my favourite things that has ever been built on a server was an undersea tunnel and a railway between our various lands that was like all built in survival and all built out of glass. It took forever, but it's because it took forever that it's one of my favorite things. Like the amount of effort that we put into getting all the glass sorted and mining for all the stuff, the rails. We had junctions and stuff set up. Like it was nuts. Wanting a group server, just don't know who to play with right now. Well, in fairness, I'd probably give you the deets to this server. Don't see, I don't see the guy that made it minding a whole bunch. So I'll poke him and be like, yo, can I give the deets to a friend of mine? And he'll probably be like, yeah, that's fine. It's a very cool server. And I have a very cool base. Yeah, I'll give it a crack. See what he says. He'll probably be fine with it. But yeah, I'm pretty much done with this anyway. So I am going to clear up and then probably end up crashing out after I've had lunch. When I say crashing out, I don't mean like the kids do. I mean like actually crashing and burning and ceasing to exist. So you know, those are then the Minecraft times. The functionality does not even. And I like to think that's fair when you consider that in 15 minutes I'll have hit the 12-hour mark as far as being awake and actively doing stuff. Feels pretty fair. But yeah, I'll call it there for now. Pretty chuffed with how that's gone. Send me the pick of the bell. Of course you have. Yeah, poke me on Discord, and I will then remember to poke my mate and see what the dealio is. But I'm gonna call it there for now, and yeah, I'll be back on this definitely tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. Not entirely sure what sort of time in the morning, because I have to fast with more plaster and stuff, so I will need assistance. But it might be later on in the morning, but we'll see. So that's that for now, and sweet. Catch you lot in a bit, and